This week, Rhea and I are getting the royal treatment as we join the folks from Yamaha on their VIP ride at the Adventure Side-by-Side Rally out of Sand Hollow. Then, we're headed out to the West Desert Trail to explore the rugged Conger Mountains near the Utah-Nevada border. Finally, we hear another tale of the legends of the trail as we discover the story of Utah's oldest family-owned Honda dealer. It's all headed your way right now. At Your Leisure is next. This is an adventure that really not everybody gets to go to, but if you got a Yamaha, you can. Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we're out here in Sand Hollow State Park out in Utah. And you talk about a fabulous day with fabulous people and incredible machines. Today is the day.
It doesn't matter where you live. If you're watching this in Orlando, you're watching this in Philadelphia, Chicago, or Detroit, you really are missing out on an event today. This is just as cool as can be.
Yes.
It's part of the Side-by-Side Adventure Rally, but this ride on Veterans Day is reserved for people who own Yamahas. And that makes us feel very important because we are riding one.
Yes, thanks to Stedman's. And that is phenomenal right there, that machine. I want it.
You're not supposed to be able to see this. It should be under brown paper. It's actually a concept vehicle for Yamaha, and they're doing a shakedown on it to see if it's, you know, kind of got some appeal. So you might see this in the showroom in 3 or 4 years. Who knows?
I think it's very appealing.
You know, it's got that kind of that panel delivery van look to it. That's kind of cool. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, they've got like jacks and things and tires strapped down here. I mean, it looks like a recovery vehicle for sure.
Oh, for reals.
Anyway, this is all tied to the Side-by-Side Adventure Rally, and it's a broader event that happens every year down here. Let's find out a little bit about it.
The HCR Side-by-Side Adventure Rally, hands down one of the best activities. It is an event that people gather here at Sand Hollow in order to ride off-road. We have many great sponsors and vendors, such as today I'm repping with Yamaha. Yamaha has been willing to provide us with some side-by-sides to go out and enjoy this wonderful land.
We've been having a concert tonight, so.
We gather together to enjoy each other's presence in the outdoors. My best recommendation, I would go on to Utah Off-Road and just follow us on Facebook, any kind of social media. We always post when rallies are, how you can sign up for them and register. It's real simple. If you even just wanted to show up to the state park here, you can show up and say, hey, look, I'd like to attend this event. And at the booth, you can literally buy a ticket. It was good pushing the machines and seeing what they're capable of and the friendships of being outdoors are capable.
Oh,
Chet!
Rhea, where'd everybody...
No, seriously!
Where'd everybody go?
A little help here?
Let me get on some level ground. You'll just pull me down to the bottom of that ravine.
Obviously, we've been married way too long. Every man for himself, every woman for herself. This was worth the climb. It's beautiful out here.
You know, that's the great thing about the whole Sand Hollow area.
It is.
I think even when they first started, you know, right before this opened to the public, I came down here with Fred Hayes, who was the state parks director, and we explored, there weren't even side-by-sides back then.
Amazing.
We explored this whole area and he showed me the vision of what this could be. But I had no idea that it would expand beyond what it is now, so that like everywhere you turn, you see something like this.
God bless him.
Anyway, I know the crowd's around here somewhere. We'll find our vehicles and we'll catch up to you after you watch our Where To. I think we're this way.
Go west out of Delta, Utah, and you'll soon come across another world. For instance, the Confusion Mountains, some West Desert mountains, foothills, rugged canyons, valleys, all with incredible trails that provide a calm, remote setting for exploration.
So we started on the Congers and did kind of a loop. There was a little black diamond area we wanted to hit and see what it really was all about.
We know what black diamond trails are on ski slopes. These snowless black diamonds are on the same level of expertise, testing the mettle of both machines and riders.
It was a little harder than I thought it was going to be. It took a little bit to get through. You know, we had to hurry and stack some rocks, but you know, we got all the machines through. I'd say it was somewhat technical, but we did it.
But there are plenty of trails for all levels of riders.
I like the kind of mid-range, I guess, and you know, hit some of the technical stuff, and just go see trails that I've never been on. Just find a little 2-track and follow it. See where it goes.
One such trail takes you to the small side canyon of Margin Pass, and it holds an interesting tale.
And now we've come over to the west end of Margin Pass, and we are up in the little canyon where the Hermit's cabin is, or Stinson's cabin. I've heard it called both.
Bob Stinson was a World War I veteran who was exploring the area many years ago when his vehicle broke down. No cell phones then. He was out there. He found a cave and ended up transforming it into a cabin and living in it well into his 70s. You can find Stinson's cave, and you can imagine his life in it. You may see why he chose a life of solitude out here.
This small group we've got here today with 7 machines is perfect. Just being out with friends, and actually a couple of the places that we went today are places I have never been before, and I've lived here for years. I won't tell you how many, but a lot.
In such a crowded world, you can still find a place to feel a little bit like Bob Stinson, and you can appreciate the solitude of the area.
People don't really know that this area is out here and these trails, and you know, the landscape and the roads. It's just, you know, a lot to see.
You don't have to worry about crowds. We haven't run into anybody else today.
Space, scenic beauty, and challenging trails. That's the West Desert of Utah. The Confusion Range and Conger Mountain are a small part of an explorer's paradise. For this week's Where To, I'm Terry Wood.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Katie Yardley, and this is my husband, Mark. Today, we are making Philly cheesesteak French bread. Our ingredients are provolone Swiss cheese, red or green pepper chopped, onion chopped, mushrooms chopped, pepper, salt, cream mushroom soup, Worcestershire, garlic salt, 1 pound Yardley steak burger, and 1 loaf of French bread. While I start cutting up the vegetables, Mark's gonna get shredding the cheese. Always cut off the top of my pepper, then the bottom of my pepper, a little slit down the middle here, and then it actually opens right up. Next, we're gonna work on the onion. I'm gonna give you a little tip on how to actually chop your onion much easier. You wanna cut both ends off. You wanna take your knife and do just like a nice little slit down the side of the onion. Then it peels, the skin will just peel off nice and easy. Cut it in half. Lay the flat side down on the cutting board. You want to cut about 1 centimeter from the back side there. All the way across, little slits, and then once you're done, all you gotta do is chop it. So you want about equal parts peppers, onions, and mushrooms. It's time to take our Yardley steak burger and get it cooking. In a nice hot frying pan, break it up real good so it's in very fine ground beef. Season while it's cooking. A little salt and pepper. Now, at this point, when the beef is almost brown, we're gonna add the vegetables. Oh, thank you, honey.
Oh, you're so welcome, beautiful.
Now we want to actually let these cook down until the onions are translucent. We want to take the French bread loaf. We've cut it in half, and we want to scoop out the insides and put in a bowl. Okay, so now we've got the bread scooped out, as you can see. We're gonna wait until the veggies and the beef finish cooking up. And hopefully we have some cheese left for the rest of the recipe. All right, so now we've got the meat in with the bread. It's time to add some Worcestershire sauce, then 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, about a half a cup of milk in. Oh yeah, that's looking good. We want to take the bottom of the French bread, we want to layer it with a little bit of the Swiss and provolone cheese, then stuff our meat and bread mixture with the veggies all under the, and then we top it off again with more cheese. Oh, looks like a mouse, I believe it's talking to us. Hey babe, will you mind opening the oven for me? 350 degrees, 8 to 10 minutes, and we're gonna be eating. Are we ready to try this new recipe? You know what? I've got a great idea. Bubba, you try it. If Bubba likes it, we will all like it. Is it good? Oh, it's a good one. That's a winner. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try it now. Oh, that's amazing. I'll definitely make this one again. This is
definitely a one-hit wonder. Amazing.
I'm glad you like it, honey. And Bubba's still eating it. He loves his. So
You coming up for air, bud?
I hope you guys try this recipe sometime soon. But anyway, we'll be right back with more At Your Leisure.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody.
Wilma, I'm home.
Guess what? We're at the Flintstone house. Did you know? I need a bone in my hair. It's all good.
Actually, the Flintstone house, I heard about it once the very first time I came by here, and I went, okay, yeah, sure. But you look at it, and it really does look like a Flintstone house, okay?
I honestly, I could be in here yelling at you to grill up some Brontosaurus burgers.
Exactly.
Come on, honey, let's go.
It's just like being at Bedrock City. Bam Bam's coming over to play with Pebbles later.
I mean, this is just the smallest thing. You wouldn't even believe the view that we got right here from this fabulous little abode.
This entire ridge on the backside of the dunes is just filled with phenomenal desert landscapes. And I mean, you can put the city in it or you can put nothing in it.
Yeah.
Depends upon just which way you look.
And thank goodness we had the Yamahas to get our little tails up here because this is amazing.
Yeah.
We just climbed right up.
Doesn't matter which way you ride out of Sand Hollow, you're going to find something interesting to either overcome or look at. But right now, I really think that we need to find out why these Yamaha people on this VIP ride make the choice to ride Yamaha, because there's a lot of competition out there and we love them all.
Oh yeah.
But let's find out.
I've raced Yamahas all my life. I had Yamahas, they've never let me down. They always bring me home. Quality's great. They're fun to drive. Mine's a shift, so I love shifting, so it's a lot of fun.
We've got the R-Max 1000. It rides smooth, the seats are comfortable. It's got built-in navigation, and to come out to a place like this and ride it, I mean, there's no hesitation,
Well, I've been involved in off-road motor sports for over 50 years now. One thing about Yamaha is they got some of the most impressive engine technology. I think if you look over the variety of makes and models they've produced over the years, they've virtually done everything there is to do in a very impressive way.
Not like everybody else, too. Everybody's got razors, so why not be a little different?
I can understand why people love their Yamahas. I love mine. But not as much as I love Utah. Look at the scenery from this resting place. I mean, this is just marvelous.
I really would like to be buried here. It's so beautiful. Talk about resting place. But seriously, really, Bruce, tell us about these really cool, this bench and this flagpole. It's so cool.
Yeah, it really is. So BLM, UPLA, Desert Rat Society, joined with HCR, Tough Country, Daystar, Voodoo Off-Road, and they created these in the shops, brought them up here, and made it so that we can enjoy the flag overlooking this beautiful valley.
This is so apropos for Veterans Day because we're filming on Veterans Day, and
absolutely,
wow, God bless America.
Well, if I were Ronald Reagan, I would come sit here and salute the flag and and salute the veterans and look out at this beautiful scenery and say, God bless America.
Yeah, but he wasn't like military, was he?
Well, I think so. I think he was in the Navy and they assigned him to the movie making unit.
And he was the president.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're right. Oh, okay.
He was the commander-in-chief.
Yeah.
Touche.
I don't think I was born then. I'm kidding.
Well, there are a lot of things
I
to
wasn't
love.
born until the 90s.
There are a lot of things to love about Veterans Day, the places we live, but you're also going to love her along the way this week.
How do you become an icon in your life's calling? Well, the answer in reality is quite simple. Work hard and start young. That is the opening line of the Jorgensen family story that started by selling hot dogs on the highway in the Great Depression. The journey from a roadside food stand to becoming the most influential business family in Sevier County spans the next 2 generations, a couple of gas stations, a Western auto hardware store, and an upstart motorcycle company named Honda.
They flew up in a little airplane. They stopped in St. George and set St. George dealership up, Nelson Supply. Then they stopped here. So we're the oldest dealer in Utah and one of the top 20 in the United States as far as oldest Honda dealers.
To accommodate the new addition of bikes, Jorgensen had to move to their current location, picking up a bowling alley and a car dealership in the bargain. With the portfolio of businesses growing at such a rapid rate, it became all hands on deck, with Claire being most of the hands.
We opened at 10 in those days, and he would go to work probably around 9:30, come home for dinner at 6, and go back to work until the wee hours of the morning, every day.
Being a Jorgensen has never been a spectator sport. If the kids wanted to be with Dad, well, they worked with Dad.
We assembled bicycles, we delivered refrigerators and TVs. We did all of that stuff. That's what I did. I just did whatever it took to help my dad do whatever he needed to do to pay the bills.
I'd come back and work the late shift at the bowling alley that night. I mean, I started working on it 12 or 13, and Dennis as well, and my sisters.
The combination of bowling alley, gun shop, sporting goods, and off-road, oh, and don't forget the washing machines, may seem a little quirky, but the mix is probably the one factor that helped this company mature.
Bowling was big in the 70s, and so in the winter, when the store was slower, the bowling alley took over and paid all the bills, and then vice versa in the summer when there was no bowling, then this side took over.
And for as many Jorgensens as there are that show up for work every day, there are just as many opinions on what is the one secret ingredient that makes this place work so well.
I think it has a lot to do with how diverse we are. I said, I can sell 8 of anything. It doesn't matter, whatever it is. If I can sell 8 trampolines, I'm going to order 8 trampolines. But that's the fun. So hunch is a big part of what my culture and my philosophy is.
Being family has been a contributing factor because everybody feels like family when they come in here.
I also think that when you work in a family business, you treat it more like your own.
I want to make sure that I know that I did the best that we could, and we took care of the customer the way that we believe that you should. I mean, that's cliche too, but you want to make sure that they feel like they're getting a good deal.
With this week's Along the Way, I'm Stephen Heumann.
Woo! Did you have fun, honey?
Oh boy, did I ever, eh? We made it. You're actually pretty good. Look how close you got us back to where we started.
You missed it, but he made sure I had my emergency brake on.
Oh, that was another lever. I wasn't pulling your emergency.
Yeah, it's
I was
okay.
yanking your chain, not the emergency brake.
It's all good, honey.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're down here at Sand Hollow on the eve of the side-by-side adventure rally down here, on a VIP trip with all Yamaha owners, and it has been so much fun today. We've seen so much, we've gotten lost so much, we've been out of gas so much, we've been found so much. It's been great.
Honestly, these Yamaha machines are amazing. I mean, like every time I'm out at them, it's like we need to own like a half a dozen of
I'll
them.
tell you what, they are quiet.
Oh, they're
and if you
so
like quiet, you can start with a nice quiet machine.
And they're powerful, and they can get over those obstacles, and then they can burn out on the sand. They're wonderful.
Anyway, I think we will make it back from here, so I don't think we're going to be lost anymore. There's still dinner and a concert, which we're excited to get to.
Yeah.
And right now, while we figure out if we are going to actually make it down there, you go to our contest winner for next week. This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Kyle Peterson. And it looks like he's been having some fun at the top of Sand Mountain recently. Great picture, Kyle. And for that submission, it looks like he's going to win an outdoor stove from Camp Chef. Camp Chef offers the best way to get your cooking done in the outdoors. Visit campchef.com for more information. Congratulations, Kyle, and be sure to call us at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now, let's take a look at next week's show. Next week, Rhea and I are off to seek out our winter hideaway, a place you can go to avoid the snow, where the riding is free and breezy all year long. Then, when you're sixth generation in the beef business, the fishing's got to be pretty monumental to catch your attention. Next week, we'll go to such a place as we follow Taylor Yardley and his fiancée, McKenna. Finally, Reese Stein is taking us for a trip to the land of the giants as he shows off some unique hiking trails and tourist attractions that you simply must see to believe. Well, I tell you what, I hope you've had as much fun watching this show as we've had making it.
Oh, what a day. It's spectacular. And to top it off, we end up with this fabulous barbecue dinner with literally a whole roast.
Whole hog.
A whole hog.
They went whole hog on
from snout to tail.
Right.
I'm not kidding. And you're just pulling off the meat. It is amazing.
And it's getting cold, so we're going to take our leave here and go. A shout out to Yamaha for doing this great event.
Yeah.
And a shout out to Camp Chef who helped them sponsor this dinner, and they brought in a barbecue team, an award-winning team from Kansas City to do this. So
right on, and they have some really good barbecue sauce. It's called Grinders, and oh my gosh, it's so darn good. I wish you all were here to eat this with us.
Oh, she's right.
Anyway,
remember, there's adventure and possibly a good meal around every bend.
You've got to get out there and create your own adventure
at your leisure. All right, let's get going
roll
before the band shows up.